Is that Lower breaking goal? No, what's happened to Lower?
Charlie Lower in trouble, his car slows, and that's one of the championship contenders out of it. What's happened to Charlie Lower? He's furious, thumping the steering wheel.
What has happened to Lower's car? Whether that's fuel starvation or something?
Good morning, it is Thursday morning. We're going for our first session of testing. It's going to be an extremely interesting day because I am out with not just 420s but also LFP2 cars and some like old school Le Mans things. It's going to be absolutely wild. Should be able to see not just me screaming this episode but some cool cars as well. Watch me get smoked straight out the start. This is one of my favourite tracks in the UK. It's extremely flowing. This guy's past. Radical joining. Bit of a compromise line because of that radical. Down trailing curves. These curves are inside. They're splitting much flat. Jake's one behind me. What is that? This is crazy. What is that? It's like a driving car show. Coming past. Woohoo! Half a second up in my Delta, but I am getting a pretty good tow from a 310 to be honest. He's fired it off. I want a hot lap, mate, get out of the way! There's a GT car going around my outside. Look at that, man, please! I'm on Facebook! They're like playing the Saturn Corsa. That's insane, look at it! Oh, let's speed on that! Oh, look at it squirming about! That's insane! Fellow EBC sponsor as well. Oh, ow! It hit me! Oh, fucking hell! Jeez Louise! That was terrifying! I just shut my eyes! Oh man, the car feels fantastic! Oh my god! What the hell? GT car coming absolutely flying past. That's insane. Yeah, car feels amazing. So much better. Yeah, rapid. So we are at Donington Park for the final round of the Caterham 270R Championship, and we're here all set up, ready to go. It's qualifying right now. There's just 2 points between me and Freddie in the championship, so it's all up to grabs this weekend, and I've just got to chip away and just finish in front of him each race. So it sounds simple, but let's see how we get on. Oh yeah, worked with David very well. The plan got executed very well.
Yeah.
I put a banker lap in early on, and then I took the whole chicane on a full.
Very fast.
Took a little bit too much curb through the chicane. Look at that. So I've done a wing stay and a wing. It rubbed on my tyre. I'll try and find you the tyre. Yeah, and it's gouged it. Tyre that does the least amount of work, so it should be good. Now is the time that really matters. I've taken that front row. I've taken P1. I'm the fastest car on track. I led from the start and I held off everybody. I led every single lap over the line, defending from everybody. I was late on the brakes for the chicane. I was composed. It was perfect. Freddie was fighting back with the pack, and then the unheard of happened.
Is that slowing? Is that a slow car?
That's Lower.
Is that Lower breaking goal? No, what's happened to Lower?
Charlie Lower in trouble, his car slows, and that's one of the championship contenders out of it. What's happened to Charlie Lower? He's pulling across the inside there of the old hairpin. I'm not quite sure what that was about.
He did that to avoid all the other cars.
He's furious, thumping the steering wheel.
What has happened to Lower's car?
To say I was disappointed would be an absolute understatement. I was furious. When all the cars overtaking me, my championship slipped through my fingers. So what happened is, as I changed to 4th gear, that it snapped in my hand, and it didn't just snap the top of it, it snapped clean sheared in the gearbox, so therefore I couldn't select any gears and left me in neutral. You could not write this. Who would have ever thought my gear lever would have snapped?
Thanks everyone, thank you.
Where's the gear lever?
I fractured you.
This. And what this is it's a gear lever, and it's meant to select gears in your gearbox. Yeah, it's quite a common thing that most cars have. My car doesn't have it anymore because it snapped, because this terrible part is consumable for some reason. This thing, you shouldn't break. This isn't something you can check. This is nothing. We just got absolutely bad luck. Dan done a fantastic job with the car. I think I drove quite well. Got super unlucky that this snapped, and this means that it's cost me the championship at the moment, which is very frustrating. But I mean, we've still got 2 more races to go. Freddie could also have some bad luck. Like, we never thought this was going to happen, so something similar could happen to him. Not wishing it on him, but could happen. So it's all to fight for tomorrow as well. But this means I start from last place on the grid, which is also a bit annoying. But I need 2 wins and 2 fastest laps. Sounds quite optimistic, but it could also happen. I'm gonna have a few drinks now and enjoy myself. And worst comes to worst, came 2nd in the championship, and that's a pretty fucking good result. So I'm super stoked with that. So luckily, with my family and friends, we made up for a disappointing day with an amazing evening. We went and we got some food, got hot dogs with the kids, and then Caterham put on an evening bit of entertainment with a live band, loads of food trucks, alcohol, the good recipes to having a good evening. And then we tallied up the championship results on the back of an old beer packet, so we knew what we had to fight for tomorrow. Bleeding brakes around here, engine and gearbox is out around here. You know, this is not what you want at like midnight.
Watch out for fireworks on the back of the grid. Charlie Lower, 2nd in the championship, fighting with Freddie Chiddicks for the points lead. His gear lever broke while he was fighting for the lead in yesterday's race. He has to start from the back. Upon the early lead down the grid, got a tangle in the middle of the field though.
Ahead of this field, ahead of Larby in that 2nd place. Bit of a tail out moment there for Lower, because there is Charlie Lower right on the tail, just ahead of Vincent, and coming into the top 10. So across the line last time through, he was 11th, but he is making ground and slicing through this field. A little bit wide there for Lower as he came out of Redgate that time. He's really pushing this car, and he's going to have to keep that momentum.
Now there is Lower. He's getting past Toby Boys now, and he's up into what I think is 8th place. Somebody getting a wheel onto the dust there. That was Lower, I think, in the 21. It may have been terrible from Charlie Lower. He is flying through this field. Here he comes alongside James Cook now. He's got the inside line from Redgate.
And Chiddick's still leading this group, so he's up to 4th. We've got the contact with Rook.
Yeah, Charlie Lower is with the top 3 now. It won't be long before he makes his move. He can drive like the wind blows, Charlie Lower. Here they come. They're going to go 3 wide to try and keep Lower out of it. He could go on the inside of all 3 if he plays his cards right here into Redgate corner. He is going to try and go on the inside of all 3. Look at this. He's got 2nd position. He didn't quite get Chiddicks with racing car that leads, but his championship rival is on his tail. He's fired up. He knows what he needs to do here. Who's going to be later on the brakes? He cuts in. He's got the lead. Position 29 up to P1. Charlie Lower. That's what you call a burn from the stern.
Unbelievable there to get to the lead of this race with still 7 minutes to go, but it's not going to be easy even now. He's in the lead of the group. He's done a hard part of what he had to do in this race, but it only keeps his championship alive. He needs that fastest lap as well, which he does have on the 19.5. So on his way through, he's also got that extra point, and those are going to be so crucial for him. It's just such a tall order. He's doing everything he needs to right now, but he's still got the whole next race to get through as well, and still keep ahead of Chiddicks. And how difficult it is in it. He's going to see whether he can hang on in there.
Round the outside at McLean's. Is he going to retake it here on the run up to Coppis? Chiddicks holding firm on that inside line. We saw how angry and furious that Charlie Lower was when he had to retire from yesterday's race. He cuts back in on the run through Coppis. He's channeling that anger into his driving here in this second race today. The drivers are loving this. They're so fired up. Look at
who's going to take the speed through the remainder of it into Redgate. This ever so close between Larby and Lower there. Larby not giving any room, and Duncan Mallon
trying to get Matt Larby out of the way here on the run up into McLean's trying to keep it clean around the outside. He will get around. Oh, he's gone too wide. He's into the gravel. Charlie Lower trying too hard there.
Into the chicane, the change of psychology from cutting through the field. In fact, it looks like he might have radiator damage. That is going to be racy. Yeah, he needs to pull across, otherwise he's going to break that engine. That is championship over, unfortunately.
If we didn't have bad luck, then we would have no luck at all this weekend. I have finished another race, started from P29, raced my absolute heart out, all the way up to P1 with a fastest lap, which is exactly what I needed to win this championship. We then had a few battling laps with the leader, made a really good move, but unfortunately he broke super early. I had a load of overspeed from an overtake, and yeah, we had a slight coming together, which then my nose cone off and punctured my radiator, which then left me stranded on the side of the track, which is super frustrating. So after an epic drive, we had another DNF, which is heartbreaking, but it's racing and it happens. So it looks like the championship's not ours this weekend, but we can still secure second place. We've got one more race to go. The boys have got the car all sorted. David's car's all good. Lou had a fantastic race as well. Let's see what we can put out the bag in the last race from the back again. So we are where we never want to be, at the parts truck, getting a brand new radiator with some bits for the last race. I'm to fix my car, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes, sir. That's a good one.
Really good. So you're going to hold that up on the fencing, support people. Don't you pretend you love it.
It's so bloody hot. Right, we're going out for race 3 of the day, final race of the season. Let's see if we can go from last to P1 again.
Yeah. Kelly's gonna win!
Into second place now, so Mark Jones has to settle and look to the rear panel of the quad lock sponsored Charlie Lower. As
Well, Charlie Lower in race 2 earlier on from position 29 up to position 1 briefly. He's gone from position 21 in car number 21 in position 2 at the moment, and running wide. Mark Jones, oh my goodness!
big accident for Ramsey
Massive
there.
accident at the chicane. That was Jonathan Ramsey.
Zach was great. Had a slight problem with his
Electric.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, second race I got a good excuse. First race, all my fault.
Great weekend. I actually managed to finish the last race in 3rd position. It got red flagged because of a big roll. I'll put that in now. Absolutely carnage race, but yeah, came over the line 3rd, which I'm not too bummed about. It was very good, clean race.
It came over the line 2nd, then it got rolled back.
I came over the line 2nd, then it got rolled back.
A track record.
Got a track record which I've never ever got before in my life, so that's a positive. David has now got 3rd in the championship. Whoop, whoop. Let's go! Hardline 2 and 3 in the championship. This
Smashed it.
This wasn't even a team 12 months ago, and now we've stuck it to the big dogs, and yeah, done very well. Well, Dan's done as well.
It should have been a win. It should have been 1 and 3. Should have been 1.
I've driven my heart out this weekend, but unfortunate circumstances mean that shit happens, and there's racing, and there's variables that you can't control, and unfortunately it's out of my hands, and it's
Or
away
yeah,
from
too
me.
much.
Or
Yeah.
too much, quite literally, with the gear stick. But
Well, you drove the most exciting race too anyone ever watched. From the
That
back of the grid.
Yeah,
You
it was epic.
did exactly what you said you did. We just said.
yeah.
So Lou, is this going to be the first photo up in your house?
I think it actually might be. Much better than my wedding, to be fair. Don't put that in the video.
We can Photoshop Tom in there.
Yeah.
We're going to race a 420 race car, and we're all going to have a go, all 4 of us. So it's going to get a bit competitive, and that's going to be a separate video. And we'll see whose wallet's burning by the end of it. It's going to be feisty. Right, stay tuned and watch the next video.